So, वो उनकी लड़की, उनकी भावना, कमिंग हार्ट साइकिल, मेरी हार्ट साइकिल में हम यहाँ है, अभी क्लोज होने में तो इट विल टेक टाइम, almost 37,000 years. But after that, whatever this cycle will start, after 82,000 years, in the Dwapar Yuga, when it will start, after 80, ये सब बड़े पुरुष पीछे जन्म होते जाएंगे, उनकी तैयारी तो होती ही जाएगी, लेकिन ड्यूरिंग दैट पीरियड स्टार्ट. तो ये पीरियड में यहाँ के द्वापर के एंड के जो मगध किंगडम, यू नो, बिहार, तो उनके जो एम्परर थे Shrenik, Raja Shrenik, and the Raja Shrenik was previous name was Bimbisar. History, if you know history, Bimbisar. Bimbisar was a staunch follower of Lord Buddha in his times. And Buddha's all following is in Rajagruhi, near Nalanda. Rajagruhi is the capital of the kingdom in those times. That Bimbisar, afterwards, having married a Jain princess Chelana Rani, and upon her condition, he embraced this Mahavir's following, and because of that, he came to be follower of Mahavir, a very staunch again. Buddha, many times he came to Rajagruhi, very big, and last sermons of Buddha were in the mountain there. It is there, it is a pilgrimage place, wonderful. So, after that being follower of Mahavir, his name was, from Bimbisar, it was a Shrenik. That is how. So that Shrenik emperor, he got this divine vision through the grace of Lord Mahavir. Just vision only, because of the Mahavir's absolute powers. And being an emperor, but because of such a grace, is wonderful. His whole period of being as an emperor was full of naturally Vasna and all that, and wars and so many things. And he was a very powerful king in that whole region. So, he was a destined lowest Narkagati. So much so, heavy karmic influences were there. But because of this divine vision, they got so light that karmic knots you follow, no? In the whole body. They got so light, basic knots, that can make him migrate into such forms that it got settled at the first level of suffering of the Narkagati. What was seventh at my minimum intensity, it came down on the first of the lowest intensity. First. There also, of course, he was uneasy, and he was asking Lord Mahavir as to how can it happen, sir, having met you, that there can be this Narkagati. It can be a higher form in the human being or Devgati. And then, at the earliest, total liberation, absolutism, and then so, Lord Mahavir, that is a story. But same Shrenik is known as revealed by Lord Mahavir from his absolute powers of knowing and seeing, that you are destined to be the first Tirthankara in the coming half cycle. That is in this cycle, Dwapar Yuga. So, Mahapadma like that Mahapadma Tirthankara, that yours, Jiva, will
that means
take
we
birth.
expect him in 82,000 years now.
After this 38,000 over another 82,000 and then it's right. And Simandhara Swami Bhagwan is there till between the 7th Tirthankar and 8th Tirthankar period. 7th Tirthankar's Nirvana and 8th Tirthankar's Janma Kalyana. Before that, Nirvana of Simandhara Swami is there. So long the lifespan. And between 17th and 18th or so, his Janma Kalyanak was there in that other world, where he is there, Simandhara Swami. So long span. And here also, that span will be at the top, gradually. It will be all like that. From human beings of this stature, not only human beings, all living forms, creatures, human beings, rivers, everything will be diminished. No extinction, no total extinction, but totally diminished. And that will again like that. Then again, it's a continuous. It is a wonderful natural law of 6 modes of expansion and contraction of the world, this world. Shadguni, Hani, Vriddhi, that is how it is called. Shadguni means 6 types, 6 ways. Hani means जिसमें decreasing होती है, diminishing, and Vriddhi means increasing. That is how it is. Diminishing of happiness and increasing of happiness. That way, in terms of happiness. Always we talk in terms of happiness. Nobody ever likes to talk in terms of unhappiness. Is it true?
Very true.
Okay. So, that's Srenik Raja. So that daughter of that follower of California, she said that there is no mandir of this Mahapadma. She was not knowing about all these things, so he inquired about Dada. Dada said, उनका मंदिर नहीं होता, वो तो देरासर बनता है, देरासर. That's all, that was it all. So this Sai Baba, CDK, and Padmanabh, first Tirthankar, ये दो बात थी. And Vasant Bhai, it was in his mind, in a Surat complex, Mandir complex, there is a book, chain hai?
Yes, they have given it away.
It's all right. So in that book, the temples are shown. Behind the temples, there was a vacancy of the plots. So between the 2 camps were temples. One for Padmanabh Prabhu, along with one Mahadev Swami by this side, and the 3rd Tirthankar in the next cycle, that is to have Suparsak, that is on that side, with Padmanabh in the center. Well, this is very rare. Future Tirthankar is you won't find anywhere. It is never. This is somehow it happened here. And by the side, the independent Mandir of Sai Baba, Shirdi Sai Baba. हम देखते हैं
All the same complex.
Same complex, behind these 3 complexes at the center. Because scripturally, उसका जो locational होना है, accordingly. आइए. So wonderful. So at that time, this Kaviraj, she composed this Arti of Padmanabh and Sri Sai Baba. This is that Arti. Wording is wonderful. मजा के है. I think you heard, no?
Yes.
Sri Sai Baba. ऐसी लॉर्ड कृष्णा की आरती है, शिव जी की आरती है. Wording are so wonderful, very wonderful. Because we have got vision now, we can understand. अगर बोलना है तो बोलो, तो you come to know. है अपने पास? अब बिहारी आनंद स्वामी जी आप अगर बोलेंगे, एक आपका सत्संग ही होता है उसमें.
जितने भी एंजल ये जितने भी भगवान है,
नहीं कैसे समझते हैं शंकर भगवान? कैसे है? नहीं कैसे, नहीं कैसे दोनों कैसे समझते हैं? जैसे हमारी पूजा चलती है इस ढंग से, सबको सुनाई पड़े. हम पूजा करते हैं इस ढंग से कि कौन सी ढंग से?
दादाजी इनको इस सारी बातों के बारे में बहुत कम जानकारी है,
कैसे?
इसीलिए
अभी नया
ट्रीट में देनो सर.
अच्छा, ओ राइट. शंकर शब्द does not belong to a human form basically. Shankar, you understand? Shankar shabda is composed of two words. Shankar, Sha, that dot or that way it is written, but actually it is composed of two words. तो व्याकरण है ना शास्त्र का, इस ढंग से समझे तो शम और कर्म, शम. तो एक दो शब्द के हिसाब से अगर समझा जाए तो शंकर वो ह्यूमन फॉर्म से नहीं है और है भी. यू अंडरस्टैंड? तो दोनों ढंग से समझना जरूर है उसको. तो नहीं है कैसे समझे और है ये कैसे समझे? वो अलग अलग किस्म से नहीं है, एक ही दोनों साथ में होके एक शंकर और शंकर उनकी स्टेट आपको समझ में आती है, नहीं तो नहीं आएगी. जो फॉर्मलेस शंकर है, जो ह्यूमन फॉर्म से नहीं है, वो फॉर्म है. वो फॉर्म के अंदर वो फॉर्मलेस प्रकट हो जाते हैं, ओपन होते हैं. डू फॉलो?
There are so many gods like that.
हाँ?
वो भी फॉर्म में नहीं होते हैं.
नहीं, जो फॉर्म है मनुष्य शरीर, वो मनुष्य शरीर फॉर्म के अंदर, अर्थात मूर्त, उसको मूर्त बोलते हैं. मूर्त मीन्स फॉर्म. मूर्ति जो स्टैच्यू नहीं बोलते हैं, मूर्त शब्द सुना है ना आपने? तो मूर्त के अंदर ये अमूर्त जो है, अमूर्त मीन्स फॉर्मलेस, वो शंकर है. दैट इज द पॉइंट. नाउ जो अमूर्त है शंकर, वो मूर्त शरीर है, ऐसी क्रिया वाले नहीं है. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड? लेकिन वो अमूर्त शंकर है. वो अमूर्त शंकर का जो डिवाइन सुप्रीम पावर्स वाला स्वभाव है, स्वभाव यू फॉलो? स्वभाव इज ऑलवेज विथ परपेचुअल क्वालिटीज. जिसकी क्वालिटी इसके साथ है तभी उसको स्वभाव बोलते हैं. यू फॉलो? तो उनका स्वभाव जो है, वो स्वभाव से वो शरीर की एक्टिविटी वाले नहीं है, क्योंकि फॉर्मलेस है, शरीर फॉर्म वाला है. तो फॉर्मलेस है अपना स्वभाव से, उस स्वभाव से हुआ करते हैं और स्वभाव से हुआ करते हैं. ऐसे शंकर ही सुप्रीम और ये हर एक क्रिएचर के अंदर है, क्रिएचर के बाहर नहीं, कहां भी. क्रिएचर, यू अंडरस्टैंड? क्रिएचर कैन बी इनफाइनाइट. वो विजिबल भी हो सकते हैं और इनविजिबल भी हो सकते हैं, सूक्ष्म. सब क्रिएचर, the same Shankar is there, but in each and every creature the same Shankar is there, same qualities, same virtues. Do you understand? Gold, gradually you will understand when I open up. Then whatever questions you have got, we'll solve, go on it. गोल्ड कॉइन्स है, उसका हित है यहाँ। तो पूछा जाए क्या है भाई, तो गोल्ड है। तो उसमें से कॉइन निकालो, तो क्या है, तो गोल्ड है। क्या है, तो गोल्ड है। बट दैट हीप ऑफ दैट गोल्ड कॉइन, उसको गोल्ड बोलते हैं, लेकिन कॉइन्स का हीप है वो। डू फॉलो? ऐसी है बात। ये तो एक ग्रॉस सिमिली में बताता हूँ, ग्रॉस सिमिली। लेकिन ईच एंड एवरी गोल्ड कॉइन, qualities of the gold is the same, but they differ. You understand? Otherwise it won't be called gold at all. जो अपनी ओरिजिनल क्वालिटी है, स्वभाव, तो स्वभाव मीन्स क्वालिटीज, एट्रीब्यूट्स, परपेचुअल होते हैं, और वो स्वभाव के स्वरूप से ही हमेशा वो क्वालिटीज, एट्रीब्यूट्स हमेशा बने रहते हैं। और बने रहते हैं इसीलिए तो वो वस्तु है, वो चीज है, वो सोना है, तो वो सोना काम में लगता है। ऐसा ये शंकर का फॉर्मलेस जो स्टेट है वो स्वभाव वाला है, और ये वो भी चीज है, वस्तु है, बस फॉर्मलेस वस्तु है। और फॉर्म के अंदर जहाँ ओपन वही है, मूर्ति के अंदर अमूर्त प्रकट हुए हैं, वो फॉर्म वाले बॉडी के थ्रू एक अपने पास दिखाई देते हैं। That's it. अगर दिखाई देते हैं तो फॉर्म ही दिखाई देता है आंखों से तो, लेकिन अंदर का फॉर्मलेस उनके अंदर ओपन हुआ है, तो थ्रू द बॉडी उनके अंदर ऐसा फंक्शनल है उनकी क्वालिटीज के साथ कि वो फॉर्मलेस वाला स्टेट उनका जो बना गया है ऊपर होके, वो बॉडी के अंदर नहीं है। दैट मीन्स उनके फॉर्मलेस के स्टेट से तो बॉडी के स्टेट से बिल्कुल अलग है, और फिर भी बॉडी है। और ऐसा बॉडी के साथ होना वो बहुत बड़ी बात हो गई ना, बहुत बड़ी बात होती है। इसीलिए डिफरेंट फेज में हम ऐसे सुप्रीम स्टेट ऑफ गॉड और लॉर्ड, व्हाट यू कॉल, तो कई फेज में हम उसी को कैसे समझते हैं कि भी सीधा तो समझ नहीं पाते, तो थ्रू वाया मीडिया समझते हैं ना। इसीलिए तो पैगंबर, इसीलिए तो सन ऑफ गॉड, और इसीलिए बोलते हैं एक ज्ञानी पुरुष यहाँ होते हैं, यहाँ उनका हम ज्ञानी बोलते हैं, और गुरु शिष्य संबंध होता है ना, बोलते हैं। जो भारत में मिथोलॉजी में कि गॉड इतने डिफरेंट क्यों है, सबको लगता है ना ऐसा डिफरेंस, ऐसा नहीं है। वहां भी बिलीफ के तरीके से तो एक ही गॉड है, लेकिन फॉर द मास एंड कॉमन प्रोग्रेस, कॉमन मैन, यही गॉड एट लोअर लेवल वो मिथोलॉजिकल फॉर्म में इन बेसिक 3 फॉर्म्स वर्शिप हुआ, ब्रह्मा, विष्णु और महेश। वो तो अब मेरे ख्याल से सुना होगा, यू हैव नॉट हर्ड। ट्रिनिटी इट इज कॉल्ड, ट्रिनिटी। एक्चुअली दे आर नॉट सच गॉड्स एट ऑल, they are signs. Signs are worshipped as gods, but in the temple they are shown as something is depicted right here. You understand?
Yes.
When you say Vishnu and you see the picture of Lord Krishna, Krishna is a Vishnu, but in him the formless state that opened out as Vishnu, that formless state opened out that as Vishnu in Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna means his name, what is there in that body. That is how during that incarnation, that is how it is. Divinity. Now we call it Muhammad, we call it the Paigambar, we call it like Jesus, something like that. So in India, Shiva to understand in its original sense, Shiva form, though formless, is, if you want to see and understand as a human being and have a direct benefit of understanding and meeting and understanding of this Shiva form, it is Gnani Purush form. Gnani Purush means a living entity in whose form body the formless soul with all the full power, infinite power, has opened out. The soul original with original powers is called a Shiva form. Do you follow? That is how it is. Original qualities and virtues. That is Shiva form. That is in everybody, every creature. And but not in man-made creation. No, not in man-made creation. In all creatures. That is to say, Shiva is within, not without.
You must say animals are also creatures, right?
Of course, creatures are creatures.
So Shiva can be...
Shiva is, but formless, no? Formless. आपका नाम क्या? अर्जुन दास. So Arjun Das, in any creature form, the formless Shiva is in the shape of that form body, which it may be from the subtlest to the grossest. But whatever is the shape of that, it may be a single cell. It may be an elephant, an ant, creature, a deity, all these things. Yes. And so also hellish. शिवा मीन्स उसका दूसरा अर्थ ये है कि शिवा का दूसरा कल्याण स्वरूप मीन्स गॉड की क्या व्हाट इज द लैंग्वेज ऑफ गॉड गॉड लैंग्वेज इज यूनिलेटरल इट इज नेवर ड्यूअल आप समझे यूनिलेटरल मीन्स इट इज नॉट सब्जेक्ट टू ड्यूअलिटी एट ऑल और प्लूरलिटी इट इज यूनिलेटरल सिंगल दैट मीन्स इट अप्लाइज इक्वली to all the creatures. Basically human beings, they are so developed. You follow? And through human beings, because they are developed, they are not classified as a special ones from others. But because of the development, they are as a special class. That is how it is. And therefore they are more responsible. Are they not?
They are.
That's it. They are most responsible in this created in this creation world every way as human beings most responsible because basically out of the any shortfall in that responsibility part of the human being for any at any stage it is bound to be there very easy. It will automatically tell upon all creature lives everywhere, all creature lives. So human form is most important form because all these forms, creature forms, and nature has wonderful relation, and that is again basically well connected with this human. Nature and human. Human is nothing but part and parcel of the whole grand nature. Each and every individual. आपको क्या लगता है? Part and parcel of the whole grand nature. And that way most responsible. Any lacking a lacuna in that responsibility tells upon that nature and it goes there and it rebounds back and not one and from all put together that is and whatever is there it will automatically result into the sort of, you say, इसे आप adjust करो तो हो सकता है ना, you can, और you can come this now, how are they? देखो सब आते हैं पास, आप ले जाओ यहाँ, you can come, how are you? सही है, you can come here, near right of the आइए, अब still further. तो ये नेचर का जो because of lacking of this part, it tells on the natural scheme. Pressure goes there, and that pressure automatically gets sorted out as and by way of balancing act. You see, whatever imbalances that are the result of the human efforts, which are not in rapport with nature. Do you understand? Human efforts every way, I tell you. Even though humans among themselves, let them live whatever way they like, it is. But they say, we can live it, or it's all right. Is it that so? Guru Swami what to say? Everybody is right. Human beings can live whatever way they can live. No. Among themselves at least. Are they? They are living fully, no?
Within reason, I think.
Yes?
Within reason.
Oh, where is the question of reason? This is full freedom.
But
it's after all. Everybody throws it on God only after all. Even with reason.
True.
वो तो जाता है नहीं. लेकिन एक्ट कैसे करते हैं? तो हम. Ajanda, do you understand? Right. Look, it's a direct connection. This such a small part, the great powers, and the vibrations that it sends, great. आपकी टीवी की चैनल क्या है? कुछ नहीं है साहब. सच्ची बताओ तुमको, कैप्टन साहब. कुछ नहीं है. Ajanda. Real, I tell you. What is it here? And this is nothing but this TV screen, nothing more. And you see such live TVs. और लोग वो बहुत देखने को बैठ जाते हैं. अपना ही बनाया है. यहाँ से ही निकला है. नेटवर्क यहाँ से वो नेचर की नहीं है सर. इट इज नॉट नेचुरल. Do you agree?
Yes.
But thinking process goes on both ways, of course. So it is part and parcel of the whole natural order. It goes on and on and on. If something is to give way to other things, the things are going to happen. They're bound to. You understand? That's how it is. बोलते हैं इतनी ह्यूमैनिटी और इतना नंबर कैसे बढ़ गए? लिख दो और ऐसे लगाते हैं कैलकुलेशन, फिर इतनी बड़ी इतने साल में इतने बढ़ जाएंगे. लेकिन लोग इतना ऐसा कैलकुलेशन कोई नहीं अप्लाई करता कि इतने उम्र में इतना है और 2 साल के बाद इतना हो गया, 4 साल के बाद इतना होगा, तो 20 साल के बाद कितना होगा. ये तो कोई नहीं लगाता. यहाँ नहीं लगाता कोई, वहां नहीं लगाता. वो तो नेचर है उसका, मेटाबॉलिज्म तो उसका लिमिट वो बोल देते हैं. तो यहाँ कोई नहीं समझता है. अंदर शरीर के अंदर हमारी वॉट एवर एक्टिविटी चलती है, nobody ever knows that it goes on naturally. With a factor of safety of 100, Dr. Arjuna. So doctors are very happy to treat. Even few mistakes here and there won't matter. That's how nature is too बहुत abundant है. कितनी प्रोवाइड करती है, कितनी तो कितनी मुझसे कर लेता, चलता बर्डन बढ़ जाता है सब मुझे पता है. डॉक्टर भी बोलते हैं अब आखिर में ही आते हो सब लोग आप. बोलते हैं Shankar is a good, your query is good, is worth understanding. It means कल्याण स्वरूप. और उनकी भाषा एक ही है कि सब क्रीचर्स, जीव सभी हो, एनी बेसिकली ह्यूमन, सब सुखी हो, किसी को दुख ना हो, बस एक ही लैंग्वेज. दैट वे इंग्लिश यू अंडरस्टैंड. उसमें होते ही नहीं है. उनका खुद का शंकर का अपने आप से कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन कैसे हो सकता है सर? गुरुस्वामी, हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल? शंकर कैन कॉन्ट्रडिक्ट एज शंकर? नो. गोल्ड कैन कॉन्ट्रडिक्ट एज गोल्ड. दैट आई एम नॉट गोल्ड. नो सर. ये तो हमारा बेसिक नेचर है. दैट इज द नेचर ऑफ आवर सोल. Body and soul relationship is the Shankar, and that is how mythologically it has come now. Shankar and Parvati in Hindu mythology, they say, the Parvati relates to the body. Body can be a male or a female, does not matter. But it is the body after all. Body physic. You understand?
Yes.
It is subject to basic body qualities, attributes. Do you follow? This is how it is.
That is the question.
आपको बोलवाना.
ये जो आदमी जब मर जाता है तो आत्मा छोड़ के उसको चला जाता है. तो वो आत्मा फिर वापस आती है. आदमी जो जन्म लेता है
राइट.
तो वो आत्मा जन्म लेता है कि आदमी का बॉडी जन्म लेता है?
राइट. वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. आपने इतना सोचा है?
मैं सोच रहा हूँ.
तो बड़ा अच्छा है. गुड, वेरी गुड थिंकिंग. दिस नीड्स टू बी प्रॉपरली थॉट ओवर लाइक दिस विथ अवर ओन. बड़ा अच्छा क्वेश्चन है. जो जन्म लेता है वो ऐसा इन रिलेटिव लाइफ एंड वर्ल्ड व्यू ऐसा बोला जाता है कि आत्मा जन्म लेता है. लेकिन इन शिव और अदर गॉड लैंग्वेज आत्मा जन्म नहीं लेता. लेकिन बॉडी जन्म लेता है. बॉडी मीन्स what body? A body that was very subtle in the form of causes gets born. And that body very subtle in the form of causes, causal body. It's such a elemental, molecular, with body building blocks, structure. The way nuclear physicists and scientists understand the particle theory and all that, like that, basic elements and all that. It is so much too subtle. And the human body contains all the mixture of all such causal formations. It is not necessarily that it should contain the causal formations of a human formation only. No. It can contain a number of variations according to which the life constantly goes on giving in plurality. You know that, the dual. Taqdeer, tadbir, सुनती है दोनों. जन्नत, जन्नम चलता ही है. बोलते हैं kingdom of God, and so many. These are on belief plane, to understand God and God's state. तो belief plane तो रहा ही करते हैं. So all development is on that plane. But along with that development, language you find the same all around, you see. You see, in Hindu mythology, same thing, punya or pap, whole of the India, same, but belief plane differs. Belief plane differs because in India, belief plane is at the level of reincarnation, punarjanma, life after death, life after life, but death cycle goes on. Migration, karma, that is how it is. In all the religions and belief based, somewhere or the other, this is already there. It is already there. But in Christianity it is not to that case. No.
There is mention of afterlife.
No.
There is mention of soul.
There is that.
There is mention of soul, there is mention of afterlife.
Soul is not spirit, therefore.
Oh yes, spirit. The Holy Ghost as they say.
Spirit and consciousness like that they call it. The direct soul, of course, word-wise they use all these things.
Yes.
But the meanings that they
Slightly
use
different,
totally different. It's not just a thing. The subtle part of it is not there. But in Islamic culture it is there.
Yes.
It is there. I know in Iran, I listened 1 hour's talk of one very high, wonderful. It was on a high plane, very high plane. It was on karma and all that only, on darshan only.
The Sufis have always...
Sufi-like. It was a big mosque there. That is how it is.
That is why they are shunned by the...
Yes. The Muslims, they say the Sufis are not...
Sufis, awliyas and all that. But common plane is different. Common platform. Social platform. Social platform has to be for law and order, and so many factors are there. And for that, the dharma and dharma following, religion following, has to be of order. So that, by and large, a order gets maintained in the fabric of this society, according to the fabric that is there, prevalent. That is how it is, simple, as simple as that.
Can there be a light comparison? As far as Hindus are concerned, we believe in reincarnation. Reincarnation based on your karma. Among the Christians, they have Judgment Day. In Islam, they have Qayamat.
Yes.
Isn't it both the same thing?
Yes, it is. And in Hindu also, that, क्या बोलते हैं, books रखने वाला. मैं जमराज नहीं, चित्रगुप्त. तो सब हिसाब पूछेगा, आपका बुक्स का रिकॉर्ड वहां रखा जाता है, बोलते हैं चित्रगुप्त. One of the deity, उसके पास है.
So your next life is part of the judgment being given.
That is how it is. You see, but the only universally for the humanity and human beings who are on the belief plane and on the thinking level advanced enough as open in their process of inquiry and quest towards knowing finality that needs to be there. It's extremely difficult to go, but that is there, quest, it is there, efforts. There can be everywhere. George Bernard Shaw was a strict vegetarian, you know that. when invited on the royal table, you know Goswami, royal table,
Yes.
and when he does not touch the other food other than vegetarian food, then on a royal table, all royal people, and naturally those who are invited are of a class. तो उनको वो रॉयल तरफ से पूछा जाता है, so why don't you accept and all? So respectfully he says no. But what is the grand principle behind this? Why? You must have some very base. Okay, you see, particularly for being my daily is not the, what you call, dead bodies. Graveyard of dead bodies. Dead body materials. My body is not for that. And other things also he says. They're very good things. Huh? I want something like that. I am a civilized, something like that.
Dadaji, you've spoken about George Bernard Shaw at the royal table. There's a real life incident I want to mention.
Yeah, please mention.
But this is a joke.
No, he said do mention.
George Bernard Shaw was...
No, he was understanding sometimes.
Was something a very beautiful lady.
Yes, I know that.
And George Bernard Shaw was supposed to be a very ugly looking man. But he was a great intellect. So this beautiful lady told George Bernard Shaw, Mr. Shaw, if you and I get married, our child will have my beauty and your brain. So George Bernard Shaw said, Madam, but if he has your brain and my beauty, what will he have?
He believed in karma theory, no? What is that? You are perfect.
Yeah, it could be either way.
And he desired that it is my wish to get born in India. It is my desire.
That even Lord Mountbatten said.
Yes.
And Somerset Maugham
Yes.
in Razor's Edge.
Razor's Edge, he spent a lot of time in India.
Whatever. And that life that he depicts is life of a sadhu only.
Yes, very much so.
You can see that. So they are developed thinking plane.
Of human body. Dadaji, I have a question. You know, you all know that we talk about good deeds, good thoughts in our lives, so that we can uplift our soul, go towards self-realization. Now, there are to a lot of us two obstacles. One is to be egoless. And another characteristic is the power of meditation. To be egoless is very difficult in life. We have to practice, we've got to work at it. And the power of meditation, when ordinary people like us sit down and meditate, it's very difficult to hold your thought for more than 5 minutes.
That's too long.
And even 5 minutes is too long.
Very long, of course.
Now, how do we try to be egoless? One. Second, what do we do to develop powers of meditation?
Well, these two basic questions are different, and to achieve the egoless state, the natural understanding would be, for anybody, natural understanding would be to have someone whose ego is totally gone. If
Someone
living,
someone who?
someone whose ego is totally gone,
Oh, okay.
with zero egoism. ऐसा अगर कोई है तो उनसे वो ईगोलेस प्राप्त करना, it is possible. So that is the only way to have our egoless state to realize. We can get freedom from our egoism. Well, egoism of two types. there are two egoisms in this body. One is a body egoism, that is a living dead egoism, and one is a belief egoism that goes on living out in the body as I believe. I believe, ownership belief, body ownership belief. It's a live egoism. Two egoisms. Body cannot be active at all, any activity of the body, lightest, unless there is egoism in the body, as part of the body, inbuilt. And because of that inbuilt egoism, this body is active. And that inbuilt egoism only is not responsible for that, but it has, along with that egoism, and joined with the egoism is intellect. Egoism and intellect are like husband and wife relationship. Constantly. Egoism is blind by very nature. And because of the blindness of the egoism, the soul divine guiding light that is there in the body, because of which this life is there constantly, but nobody is aware.
It fails to see it.
Nobody is aware. But that light through the body, because of ignorance of one's own self, that through egoism, on the belief plane, as a believer of the body as owner, of which egoism as the emperor and king, at that belief stage, the light that comes through egoism, that light itself is a guiding light, and there is intellect. And egoism being blind, the guiding light, intellect, is based on egoism only, which is a guiding light for everybody in the world, everybody, none excluded.
So are you saying that this is a positive egoism?
Pardon?
This guiding light that you're talking about?
Positive, no. It is of three types, according to karmic fabric. The positively guiding light of that intellect is known as samyak buddhi, that is balanced intellect, and that is always in the body, constantly will guide you in all the situations of the life and keeping you on your progressive, constructive and positive progress. There will be situations where the progress can be held back. You can regress also. But the guiding light will caution, hey, come, this is not your path. Here, wait, don't go that way. This is not, your progress is this way. So, it will stop from going on a path that can make one regress.
But can this be deemed a part of egoism also?
It is egoism also. Samyak buddhi.
That's what it's saying.
Samyak buddhi at its topmost level is called Sthita Prajna Dasha. That's it. Sthita Prajna Dasha is a buddhi, but it is the highest form. In living life, that is what Krishna suggests to Arjuna, to think with your properly with her own intellect and let be guided properly with right intellect. That is what he says. Sthita prajna. Then Arjuna says, then I am being guided. I know my brother relations, everything there. But in then, how can I be guided by this unless I know what such a balanced intellect one is? What type of he is? What he eats? How he walks? How he sleeps? How, like that. He wants to know the attributes of such a one. So look here. These are the queries of general queries. And they have come in Gita. You know that?
Yes.
Sthita Pragnasya Kavasha, etc., etc. You see? That's a trait. You understand? And a balanced person, you can see a balanced person behavior all around. It's just as everybody behaves. But a balanced person behavior will definitely be different from others. Definitely others. Agendas, won't it be? Huh?
Yes.
That's just, it can be made out. You understand? So, that Samyak Buddhi is called. But it is according to the karmic fabric of the body. Karmic fabric is the main thing. So karmic fabric, according to karmic fabric, one gets born. If the karmic fabric of the right type made you got born in the right times, where by and large living was with balanced karmic fabric type of living. Living was same as human living like this, but with balanced type. Every way. If one is evil and a chore and all, that way also, but balanced all way. You see? And a totally upset set of karmic fabric. And mind, speech and body level, full body composed of these three basic steps, what is there. If it gets totally upset, that is to say, mind, initiation always at the mind level, then follows at the inner speech, then through expression, and then all these results of behavior. But in an upset fabric, whatever initiation and vibrations in mind, according to the vibration of thinking or whatever, the speech inner as well as expressive will not be, it won't come in the speech. And whatever there again is the speech, though it has not come as per mind, whatever in the speech, it won't be as per in the behavior. All three together, different. Agendas, you understand? That is the disturbed and upset karmic fabric. And accordingly, one gets born in times where such situations are found, which are the present times. Adverse times, they are called. Adverse times. There is this time effect, karma effect to understand is the developed state to understand even karma effect also. Is it not so? It is. Agendas. Yes. In every religion, I would say, belief-wise also. But it is for those who are thinkers, thinking types, with open minds, and those in the life they have observed and passed through the phases from which they have learned their lessons. You see? And then they are in the quest of the real happiness. A happiness that should be lasting. You see? It should not be a happiness that is of dependent nature, that resulting into temporariness. No. You understand? Everybody. After all, सभी को क्या चाहिए? सुख चाहिए ना? तो human being and human life basically a Gnani Purush or one in the body with that Shiv college opened out, that is absolute soul powers opened out, That is called Shiva, opened out. Formless, in the form body. That is, they are called Sarvagnas, means omniscience. Arjunas. So they are absolute knowing powers and vision powers. And within the knowing and vision powers, the whole world structure, universal structure and everything, all the mysteries and everything, which are totally open before them, they get revealed for the humanity. For humanity to live out their life according to their situations with all such knowledge. You see, whichever is applicable to where. It goes on. Do you understand? But what is the basic knowledge that is one, that is necessary for any human being at a common level? That everybody wants sukh, nobody wants dukh. So, in the human form, simple rule, if you want sukh, unless you are happy or sukhi within, you cannot experience that sukh as a human being living in the community. No, impossible. Then you are happy and sukhi inside, in the human community, in house, home, relations, and the community and society and everywhere. Amongst all interactions from outside also, you will receive the same. Because you are from inside, you are sukhi and happy, you will be projecting out sukh and happiness only. But in the present times it is very difficult. So in the present times, Dada Bhagwan, these times, in the present time, Dada Bhagwan is the state of that absolute that opened out in this frail body, what we see. You see? So this body cannot be called a form in which she opened out and positioned and stabilized in the body fully. That is to say, 360 degrees, full relative phase, whole theory of relativity circle, that is over for full moon light. You understand? Full moon light. So in the body in this time, not possible. It got stationed on the 14th phase. And in living absolutes, it is full 15th phase. And that is how everything gets revealed. But Dada Bhagwan being all full 360, through the body also, it got revealed, all the mysteries. Though not of the stature of an absolute, living absolute, but of the level of absolutes, through the body of this 4 degrees less, wonderfully. So that even common man, in the relative life, can easily benefit. And the whole science of life opened out. How one should live. How one should live. This is how. What is life? What is world? What is world composed of? How world runs and all these things. Such a science, relative science and all these things. It is opened out. Agendas. Do you follow? So those who are desirous for them, they can be there. They can progress further. And at common plane also, he revealed for common men wonderful 4 or 5 day-to-day practices, not rituals, the practices which are basic human practices for any human being to live with, irrespective of their faiths. Let the faith be there. It is not. This is not coming in way of any of the faiths, let me tell you. The 5 practices. Out of which, 3 practices are such which are universal in nature. With 9 diamonds of human life. A prayer to your pure Shiv form, that is pure soul state that is within, of infinite powers, infinite knowing powers, vision powers, infinite bliss, etc. You see? And 9 guiding principles for the basic human life, which are of projecting nature. Otherwise, knowingly or unknowingly, everybody projects. Everybody projects. As the owner of the body is a projector. Everybody is projector. You follow? So this way, through those 9 diamonds, one projects positively, and for those projections, he prays for powers for him to attain a balanced body, with balanced mind, in tune with the speech and tune with the whole behavior, body, whole thing, or in a balanced way, totally balanced way, that will make one happy, and that one happy will make everybody happy, whomever meets. It's a principle in 9 basic principles. And the prayer to the pure soul, wonderful prayer. One can do one's own thing. It is like namaz only. Same thing. दादा भगवान ने 5 नमस्कार बताए हैं. Even for one Mohammedan has come in India. तो उसको बोला, I don't know anything. He was repairing bicycles, etc. Just he came from road. And just it came out from his. तो उसको खुदा की बंदगी की 5 नमस्कार, जब नौकार मंत्र बोलते हैं ना, वंडरफुल इट वॉज गिवन. मेरे पास अभी है ही नहीं, बट इट कैन बी, आपके पास होंगे, इंडिया में होंगे. वेरी नाइस, सिंपल. आउट ऑफ विच वन आई सैंपल आई टेल यू. मैं खुद खुदा को नमस्कार करता हूँ. यू अंडरस्टैंड? ऐसे 5 है, and it comes to lower levels, at the common man level or high levels. क्या?
नहीं भाई, समय है एक और बात पूछने की.
जरूर 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 जरूर.
आपके इन कुछ दिनों, in the past few days that we have had the pleasure of being with you.
Oh.
During the discourses, you have made reference to the Gita
Yes.
quite a few times.
Yes, yes.
Lord Krishna's expressions to Arjuna, comparing that time with today's common time. Arjuna as a human being, and as we all know in the Mahabharata, his Rath had 4 horses.
Yes.
Only Rath with 4 horses.
Yes, yes.
It is, I cannot quote unfortunately because I don't recall where and how I heard this, but the Rath as 1 and the horses as 4 are supposed to be to represent 5 indriya of a human being, that is Arjun. Arjun had Lord Krishna as a Sarthi. Call him the consciousness of today's mind or whatever. I don't know. Yes. हमारा सारथी कौन? हमारे पास इंद्रियां तो हैं, वो रथ और घोड़ों के रूप में तो नहीं है, लेकिन 5 इंद्रियां तो हैं, लेकिन हमारा सारथी कौन? That's my question. Shuddhatma
is that Narayan Swarup, Krishna state or Shiv state. Shuddhatma. Krishna Bhagwan, the Sarthi, that is body form, in which our Shuddhatma realized state is there. That body form, in its naturality, is the Sarthi. Because now that body form given to us is Shakti, as per naturality, as per Agnya Dharma, the Sarthi. And the horses are Man, Buddhi, Chitta and Ahankar. That is inner organs of the body. Inner organs of the body.
Please repeat that, Dadaji. Man, Buddhi?
Man, Buddhi, Chitta and Ahankar. Antakaran they call it. They are not different. Antakaran is one functioning, But the four ways it functions like this, and they are there, locations are there. Physical mind as inner organ of the body, its physical locational state is in the heart, at the bottom of the heart. And the living part of the mind, which passes through all the experiences of the life, is between these two eyebrows, exactly about between 2.5 to 3 inches in this. उसको आज्ञा चक्र बोलते हैं inside. You follow? Like that. Chitta, that is as part of the body, which is of karmic fabric, that is already there, and it is already functioning. It is this part. Yes, sir? Chitta. Intellect, you know, brain.
Yes.
And ego is behind this nodal point on the spinal cord. That knot that is there at the back is the ego position of the body. Ego position of the body. You see, that is how it's there. Even there also, इसीलिए in the relative way, एक ज्ञानी पुरुष बोलते हैं कि ज्ञानी पुरुष की बोध means this experienced and divine divinations through which one acquires knowledge, उसके ऊपर से उससे उन्हें अपने कैड के ऊपर, कैड मीन्स दिस पोर्शन, वेस्ट, और वेस्ट का ये पोर्शन ईगो यहाँ है, और यहाँ ये पोर्शन स्पाइनल कॉर्ड है. इट इज द बेसिक पार्ट ऑफ द बॉडी. दैट बेसिक. अगर हम बोलते हैं किसी को शाबाशी देते हैं ना, साइड स्पाइनल कॉर्ड, तो उससे एनर्जाइज होती है मोमेंटरली. सारा वैदिक and all that, it is a science, though relative, but it is based on nadis going through a cord, the spinal cord, and from here, and all into the whole body, whole structure. You follow? There is something. And whole body is composed of knots, knotty body. Knots. K-N-O-T.
Nice.
Total knots. Yeah. Not that way, N-U-G-S-T. वैसा तो कर लेती है. क्या करे, हम नहीं चाहते फिर भी ऐसा कर ले रहे हैं. पर है knots throughout. और ज्ञानी पुरुष और absolutes, all those knots and all body nature, wonderful. And this is the process as per Agnya Dharma. As the living will go on, our knots will go on getting dissolved and removed, will become normal. ये बनता है. So mind, speech, body will become normal. From above normality and below normality, it will come to normality. And normality is a liberated state, total liberated state of a Shiv. That's how it is. Simple. Radha Swami means Shuddhatma as and the Prakriti relation. That is how it is. And Prakriti in the divine service of Shuddhatma, Radha Swami. You understand? Yes. That's how it is. एक बड़े पुरुष है, एक भक्ति का मार्ग एक तरीके से बता देता है, उससे वो सारा इस सिस्टम पीछे कल्ट लाइक बन जाता है, जैसा वल्लभाचार्य ने बताया, माधवाचार्य पीछे है, लाइक दैट बिकम्स Bhakti Marg.
Krishna tells Arjuna that keep a company of good men, keep noble company. That's how you uplift your thoughts.
वो तो है, कंपनी इज द बेसिक थिंग. जैसी कंपनी है ऐसी उसकी इफेक्ट आ ही जाती है ऑटोमेटिकली बनती है. दैट इज वाई
जैसा संग वैसा रंग.
वो तो बोलते हैं ना, मैन इज नोन. वो तो बनता ही है. वो तो हमेशा, वो तो कॉमन बेसिक अपना नॉलेज है ना. कितना बजा?
9:15.
अरे भाई 9 तो बज गया.
कभी आपसे पूछा मैंने सवाल पूछा?
नहीं, मुझे तो वादा नहीं है. मैं तो बैठूंगा सारा रात बैठूंगा. आज लास्ट डे है ना, आखिर का दिन है. मेरा तो तैयारी है. बाकी परमिशन नहीं थी. She should give permission. She should give permission. उनकी राइट है. परमिशन देती है आप? थोड़ी देती है भैया आप. 10 मिनट 15 मिनट बोलो ना, 5 मिनट ज्यादा ले लेंगे. आज खुश है. चलो. Arjun Das, nice. You take such an interest. Wonderful. We'll send. You are interested in English books or Hindi books?
हिंदी नहीं पढ़ पाते.
नहीं? English?
Hindi, English, Arabic, Urdu.
English I will try to send. From there I will try. गुरुमुखी. गुरुमुखी की है दादा भगवान की एफोरिज्म से. वंडरफुल. यहाँ लाए हैं? हाँ भाई, लकी है. लकी क्या अपना चाहे किसके पास?
दलबीर सिंह के.
हाँ, फिर काम करो ने, अर्जुन दास को पढ़ने के लिए दो. हम आपको इंडिया से भेज देंगे थोड़ी कॉपियां, इफ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड. इट इज वंडरफुल, आई टेल यू. इन दिस टाइम्स इट इज सच ए बुक. दादा भगवान हिमसेल्फ, जो ओरिजिनल है, वंडरफुल. दे आर ओरिजिनल रत्नास, एक relating to every our day-to-day living, but they can reveal the whole dimensions of our inside. हाँ, तो वो एक अच्छी हुई अपने कौन किसने, वो गुरुदयाल जी सिंह ने, उसने ट्रांसलेट कर दी है और उसकी छपा दी है. उनके पास एक कॉपी है, तो आप देख लेना जरा. और बाकी की हम भेज देंगे. हाँ, थोड़ी गुरुमुखी भिजवा देंगे. यहाँ थोड़े गुरुमुखी कैन रीड समथिंग.
ही कैन रीड, आई कांट.
सम पीपल कितने होंगे?
अभी पता नहीं.
5-10
नो महबूबानी दो
तो लागोस के लिए, मैं यहाँ के लिए भेज देंगे. 5, 15, 20, 25.
5-6 लेके आए थे तो
5-25 भेज देंगे. अलॉन्ग विद अदर बुक्स जरूर. बस याद करना प्लीज. यहाँ ये नॉलेज है ना, बिका नहीं जाता. गुरु स्वामी जी नॉलेज
सीता आंटी कैन रीड.
यू कैन रीड. अच्छा, बड़ी अच्छी है वो. यू मस्ट हैव रेड सम वॉट. आपके पास है ना? आपने देखी नहीं?
फिलहाल देखकर ज्ञान.
मोक्ष अर्जुन दास आत्मा का नहीं होता, इगोइज्म का होता है. लिबरेशन आत्मा का नहीं होता है, इगोइज्म लिबरेट होता है. इगोइज्म बॉन्डेड है और वो लिबरेट हो जाता है. आत्मा हमेशा के लिए परपेचुअली आत्मा ही रहता है. आत्मा में कोई बदल नहीं आती. लेकिन उनकी कंडीशन कैसी है कि एक पेटी में क्या बोले, पेटी को क्या बोले, बॉक्स में, उसमें पूरी हुई, उसमें पूरी हुई है. यू अंडरस्टैंड? बॉक्स के अंदर पूरी हुई थी. तो इसीलिए उसको माइग्रेटरी, जहाँ वो बॉक्स है वहां अंदर आत्मा तो है ही. और आत्मा इज सब्जेक्ट टू एक्सपांशन एंड कॉम्प्रेशन अकॉर्डिंग टू द साइज ऑफ द बॉक्स. इतना इनफाइनाइट पावर्स है. एंड वन ऑफ दिस पावर ऑफ दैट्स लाइक दैट. Do you understand? I will tell you one example. Lizard, you know. If the tail of the lizard is cut and the cut tail is there, it moves. But there is no Atman in that. The Atman in the lizard, when the tail was there, it was there at that time. But at the time of cut, it gets compacted and in the balance of the lizard, to that state it gets cut. That's it. And whatever that lizard that moves, and that is still after some time, it is a discharging effect of the causal charge in the very present of Atman. That's it. Do you understand? This causal effect is simple. For ego. Simple as egoism gets born. That's how it is. Jagat means world. Ja means जो आता है, गत मीन्स जो जाता है, आने जाने वाला स्वभाव वाला है, उसको जगत बोलते हैं और कुछ नहीं। जगत जगत तो शरीर नहीं है, जगत बोलते हैं। लेकिन इन वर्ल्ड व्यू जो बोलते हैं हम, जो दिखाई पड़ते हैं बाहर, तो नॉर्मली व्हाट हैपन्स कि हम वी ऑलवेज this is all excluded. Self is all the time excluded. We talk other than this thing. तो हमेशा lost out ही रहते हैं, क्या करें? सब lost out. हम दूसरों से lost out नहीं हो जाते। दूसरे बोले कि get lost तो भी कैसे हो सकते हैं? अभी lost out से तो क्या इनसे? चलो अभी now I think better me. Yeah, जी